Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. Hey, what's up, y'all? What's going on, family? Roll Tide, Sister Denise, hello. How's everybody doing? Welcome. It is Dr. Tawana Worlds. You already know what I come by to do, and that is simply to disrupt. If you are new, I welcome you once. And if you like whatever content, over here on this channel, trying to do two things at once. So that's why I'm stuttering. But let me focus and say this real quick. Welcome. Glad to have you. If you find anything educational, entertaining, enlightening, beneficial, etc., I welcome you to come back. If you are returning, I welcome you back. We cousins. What's going on, family? And I will not hold you guys here long at all. Okay? You see the title, what it is. Y'all already know what I come by here to do. I'm going to kindly ask you why I'm doing the same thing to share this with somebody, okay? That helps me reach the people that I am predestined to reach on today, okay? And I pray every single day. That's my prayer. Let me reach those that are intended to be reached every day. I don't pray one prayer and just let that ride for the whole year. Every single day, I pray that my destiny helpers will show up and that I, as a destiny helper, will show up to others, okay? And it doesn't cost anybody anything. It's absolutely free 99. And it literally takes under 5 seconds to go ahead and hit that share button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tag somebody, invite on whatever platform. There are multiple platforms I'm streaming live from. So however we got to do it on whatever platform, please do so while I go ahead and get started over here on Instagram. Let me go ahead and welcome my cousins over here while y'all doing that. And I'm not going to hold you guys here a long time whatsoever, okay? I am going to be short, sweet, and straight to the beat. Hello, Instagram cousins. It is the Disruptor, okay? Dr. T coming by real short and brief. Y'all see the title, okay? Get ready to hear. We've deposited your payments. If you are poor and you like to be poor, this is a disclaimer for you. This is not the video for you, okay? It's just not. I have some opportunities that I'm going to share with a few of my cousins, my new cousins, or maybe even some of my cousins that's been hanging around for quite, some time. But go ahead and share on your platform, invite, tag, share to the story, send to the DM, however we got to do it. I just kindly ask you to pay your admission, and your admission over here to this live is a simple share. Now that I've gotten that all out of the way, okay? I did have some videos lined up, but I am pressed for time. When I come by here, I'll let y'all know it's to use the internet. Y'all still see the background where I'm at. You know I'm not at home. If I was at home, you'll see that green backdrop with that ATM written across it. still trying to get some things together that I am not at liberty to share openly, publicly, just for confidentiality. When people are going through their darkest hour, that is not the moment to put people on social media. And because I'm so transparent with my cousins, I'll let y'all know what's going on when it's going on. But this time, um, just for confidentiality and to help them heal, I will refrain from speaking on why I'm here. I say things that we all, with common sense, would be able to kind of like put two and two together without me saying a whole lot, right? So I am here on an assignment to save somebody's life, literally, and somebody that's very, very close to me. That's what I will say. I have been here almost a month, literally. But no matter how long it takes, I am a sister that is born for war. Okay. I still serve them. I serve my family. I serve my father. Okay. Serve my parents. That's what I'm doing. I'm waiting on my Lord and Savior to return. So I do what waiters do, and waiters serve. And this is my quick time that I have to come by here and serve y'all. So I want to say I hope you are well. Hope all is well. Hope things are looking positive and upward in your life. Okay. I am here, so I do have a limited amount of time to say what I need to say and then get some of my work done and some more emails and different things of that sort out while I have the access to the internet. Um, with that being said, there are a lot of things happening, still happening. I always start with there, okay? Because we need to be aware. If we are not aware, even if I don't have time to share with you guys the headlines, I'm going to point you in the right direction. Go do your research. We are commanded by God to watch and pray, okay? We commanded. That's a command. You can't even pray accordingly unless you watch it. And you can't move accordingly unless you're watching. Okay? If you don't see what's going on, then you don't know how to prepare yourself for what's going on. And so there's a lot of things that are happening. Still a whole bunch of inward fighting, in our government. That is the number one sign that we are in a lot of trouble. Okay? Your body can't function without your head. And if that is the head of this country and it is in this much turmoil where they are doing things that are unprecedented, there's a lot of fear mongering going on, and it's really affecting the minority community. That don't mean that it ain't affecting the white liberals. Them the dangerous ones. Them the very deceptive ones. Them white liberals, but them the messed up melanated folks. I mean, our country is in turmoil, and it's starting from the head up. You fix the head, the body will come into alignment. And because they doing all this inward fighting amongst each other, from the courts to the Oval Office to the Congress to the Senate, everywhere, it is so catastrophic. There's no unity. There's no agreement on a lot of things that they have going on. The parties are divided. The country is divided. We as people are divided, just as regular human beings, no matter the color of our skin. We are divided. And there's a lot of things that are happening because of the division. Okay? My number one goal is not to swing to the left or the right. My beliefs align more right. Okay? But I do stand for some things on the left. Either way, I'm not political. I can care less. What I am most concerned and focused on, and what my message has been and will always be, is that we need to be paying attention and taking care of us. Period, point blank. These people take care of themselves. And a lot of this stuff that we see falling out and being exposed comes from those people in leadership. We just been being used and played. And then we're the ones suffering the worst from their mismanagement. And now, when we were in high school, we did that. We had a squad, and then, we were all once buddies. And then we kind of broke off because she didn't like her. And so six went over here, six went over there. Now we just had, everybody fighting each other. People that were once like this, now like that. Just a bunch of pettiness. So now when you know so much inside information and y'all fall out, now people gonna start talking and exposing what was once secrets that y'all always a part of and always in on. This is how I look at the best analogy that I can give for what's going on in our government. But my number one thing is that the real victims, the people that have suffered and are still continuing to suffer, you and me, okay, the American taxpayers, who has been defrauded by our own very government and still being whitewashed, brain manipulation, fear mongering. I mean, just it's crazy. So my message, my another teachable moment before I begin to tell y'all what opportunities that I have that'll keep us from this pitfall, because that is what it is. It's a pitfall. It's a trap. The trap is to literally get everybody on the same level. I'm not saying that being on the same level with everybody is a bad thing, but the agenda that they have planned for us all to be on the same level is a bad plan. I'm not getting no universal basic income. I don't think that the God that I serve gave a group of powerful men and women rules and rights to rule over his people. I don't believe in that God, okay? My God called us all to be rulers. And if Bill Gates can have billions, then Loso 313 or Coop DeLoop 380 or Roll Tide NFL Sports or Denise Martin, you can have $1 billion too. That's what my book tells me, my good old word that ain't never went out of style, that has always been 1000% accurate, has told me. And I believe that, and I have witnessed that with my own eyes. Can't no man or no woman tell me, another grown man or no woman, how I got to live and how much I can make and how I'm going to be able to take care of my family. And then y'all come up with a system that makes me pay y'all to go fraud me and my family out of our legacy, out of our heritage. Okay? Your salaries and what you're worth is not adding up. And now all this fraud is being exposed. SBA today has given $100,000 loan to a 9-month-old baby. Make that make sense. That's our money. That's our money. Why did $3 billion go to children under 11 with a small business loan? And here you got melanated folks like you and I that all we need to go do is get an LLC and go after that funding. And many have been denied due to credit, okay? That they had to lower the threshold for the credit so that you can go and get you some money. But why would y'all take the taxpayers' dollars to be paying people that are non-existent? How you making your baby rich and our kids are still on free reduced meals? We're busting our butts in these factories, doctor's office, driving y'all stuff around, moving y'all stuff around. We're getting varicose veins, carpal tunnel. We are breaking our body structure down for minimum wage, and your kid at 9 months already got a big bag. What in the heck? Our kids ain't got no 100K sitting in no bank and no loan that ain't never been paid back. Let us not pay back a loan, okay? Let us not pay back a loan. It's jail time for us, and it's our money. It's a lot of When I tell you that I'm glad for the exposure, I'm not mad about it. I'm actually glad. 1 second, y'all. I'm actually glad that it's happening. I'm not mad. The education system that y'all taking all that money from, good. You have failed millions of children. Good. How is it that y'all are prospering, but we American people just trying to live the life that God put us on this planet to live, we are struggling and suffering? How is that even possible? And we built this whole country and still building it for in exchange for a debt, in exchange for a note, a dollar bill that we got to pay taxes on. And then the rest of our money goes to everybody else. Taxes, debt, big business, okay? Credit. That's where the rest of our money goes to. This is a scandalous system. We think we got money. We don't. We think we're getting money. We're not. The money that you're getting is not yours. It's theirs. That's why when you get it, you got to pay them. Pay the taskmasters. Okay? Pay your taxes first. We've created a system called rent and called utilities and all of this stuff that God gave to every man and woman freely. Y'all charging us for that. So all of our earnings go back to y'all. This is a scandalous system. How y'all feeling? Let me know in the chat. How y'all feel about that? People be like, well, you ought not to complain. You live in one of the wealthiest nations in America. That makes it worse. It's the wealthiest nation in America, so there shouldn't be no poverty. There shouldn't be no living below the impoverished line. There shouldn't be no free and reduced meals. There shouldn't be no poor people on our streets. We live in the richest nation on planet Earth. Okay, the richest nation above Israel, the blessed country of Israel, above that, above Pakistan and India, above everybody in the world. We are above China. We are the richest country in the world with the most poorest people. When I was doing Uber, I picked up a foreigner, and I think he said he was from Egypt or somewhere. And he said, what is all of this? I'm driving downtown Los Angeles, Skid Row, picking him up from the airport. He said, what is all of this? I said, what is all of what? He said, the people on the street. Why are they sleeping like that? I said, oh, because they're poor. They're homeless. He said, huh? What is homeless? I said, they don't have nowhere to stay. He said, they don't have family? I said, yeah, they have family. Majority of them do. I said, y'all don't have homeless people where you live? He said, no. Somebody lose their house or something, everybody in the community will make room for that person to come and stay with them. They have never seen a homeless person in one of the poorest countries in the world. We don't have homeless people. He said, that is so despicable to let even our neighbors sleep on the dirt. I never forgot that story, and I haven't driven for Uber since 2019. I never forgot that story. That I met somebody who ain't never seen poverty, and they live in an impoverished. And you know what? Same thing in Africa. I don't know where in the Hades these people go and find these videos and these, prompts to show people on television how, Satan, the Lord rebukes you. I don't know what you got going on, but it ain't happening here. You cannot intrude in my body. And I stand 10 toes down on that. I rebuke the spirit of infirmity. I'm not coughing. I'm not finna gag. I'm not finna be feeling sick in my body. In the mighty name of Yeshua HaMashiach, I say that openly. I resist you, therefore you must flee. And I'm not going to let up or back down. So you might as well go somewhere else. It's not happening today. Tomorrow don't look good, and until I die, it don't look good either. Back to what I was saying. In the poorest country, there's no homelessness, but in the richest one, there is. That's a shame. And I had a video, I'll play it the next time. I may have some time later on if my daughter's internet access works, to share with y'all some videos, heartbreaking videos, especially of one of my cousins on there giving 30 minutes to clear her desk. She's like, I don't even know how I'm going to pay my bills. This is what angers me and make me come back by here, okay? This is what makes me ask y'all to share this with somebody. I know there are millions of people going through it. Just over broke is what we've always been. And then we have to give into their systems to borrow money and become indebted to their systems. Like, enough is enough. She crying, I've been given 30 minutes to clear my desk. I had another young lady I talked to earlier today say she went to log in and her whole account was deactivated. All because she went on a maternity leave, and the amount of time that they gave her, she needed a little bit more time. Doctors ordered. She needed a little bit more time. She didn't come back when they said they deactivated her whole entire account. Why would we ever exchange the most valuable commodity, the most valuable asset outside of breathing that we as mankind has been given, and that is time? Because when we run out, it's over. You don't get any more time. And the stuff that we out here working ourselves to death for can't go with us. The stuff that we out here working ourselves to death for we cannot give that to our children when it's our time. Our kids cannot inherit our apartments. They cannot inherit our jobs. They cannot inherit our credit reports. They cannot inherit that type of stuff. So we're not really leaving any type of legacy behind. We're leaving burdens and debts. Excuse me. We're leaving all kind of stuff that is not beneficial. And we only have a little amount of time to accomplish whatever it is that we have been called to accomplish. We only have a little bit of time to do that. And we are using our time to be pimped and played. For real, this system is a pimp. I come from the street, so I can tell you and talk pimp talk. Never was a part of that industry, but I have cousins and a lot of male figures that did the unthinkable things, such as take advantage of a woman that wanted to be taken advantage of. Still know to this day, folk, okay, that is in that industry, and they are there willingly. But the person that's running the show and got the women that's walking for them, I'll say that in between the lines, okay, and that's walking, they make sure they pay for everything for them people. This is what the women sign up for. Take control, buy me what I need, provide me with a place to stay, make sure my nails and my hair is done, and I'll go out there and do the work. And the person, the pimp, sits back, collect the cash. You know, if somebody get out of order or break code, he Pop, 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 pop. But they have no control over their own selves because they have relinquished control to a person that they feel, you know, got to run their affairs. It's no different than this system we live in and we participate in. Okay? No different. They tell us where we can live, how much we can make, what we got to pay for insurance, what kind of food we can afford to eat. I mean, it's no different. And the only ones that will not suffer from this system is those who say enough is enough. And that's where I come in. They don't call me the disruptor for no reason. I'm here to disrupt a system and get as many people out of it as I possibly can. That is my link back to the enemy's camp for sure. Okay? Touch my children in the wrong way. So this is my link back. My link back is to help other children get out of your system. And that if that's my reward, so be it. That's the greatest reward that I could ever have in this lifetime. Every day I live in pain without my children. So every day that I show up to campaign to get you and yours out, and somebody say, yep, that's for me. Yep, I agree. Yep, I believe. Yep, I will succeed. Whatever action steps you take to get yourself out of this system, then that is my reward. Okay? So with that being said, I have some opportunities that I want to go over. I'm going to try to come back later on again if the Wi-Fi internet act accordingly. But I am going to one second, let me check. I don't know why when I go live, everybody just start hitting me up. Okay. All right. Trying to pull up what I got. Okay. Go back over a couple of things that I have not offered y'all. And if you guys have not saw, I think it was a video I did maybe 3 days ago. I don't have time to do it here on this live, but I kind of gave y'all a breakdown of what does an extra $50,000 look like a month? What does an extra $500 look like a month? Each and every one of us need to create our own ecosystem. Okay? Each and every one of us need to have our own system. We should not be indebted to another man's system. We should not be indebted to this worldly system. Now, can we use this worldly system and these other systems to make our system bigger and better? Absolutely. But we should not be indebted, meaning they should not be controlling or dictating the course of our life, how much money we get to make. If they did eventually, when they first started, gave everybody the same amount of freedom, monetary resources, living status, access to this, then that would have been a great way. And this country probably would have been a lot better than what it is now. But you did not. You have people that are going down and people that are going up. And one thing that I want to enlighten you guys about is that during any recession, any depression, any, pandemic, any whatever, scare, whatever, okay? I was going to say something else, but God didn't want me to say it. Whatever. There has always been people that get poor or sick or die. And then there are always people that get rich, they elevate, they live. It's always two type of people born out of something like tragic. a recession, a depression, a crisis, a crash, you know, um, something medical, a medical scare, any type of, a famine, any type of those situations. There's always two type of people born in those types of situations. During 2020, there was a lot of billionaires born. Netflix was one of them. I went over how much money these companies make in a month, with Netflix bringing in like 1.8 or 1.9 billion dollars a month on a $24.99 subscription. Okay, you had places that absolutely died. A lot of brick and mortar buildings died, while a lot of online stuff, elevated, went to overnight success status. Always two type of people. Okay, Uber went up, Lyft went up. People needed rides. They were scared to drive their cars and leave their houses. YouTube went up. A lot of people were consuming content. So attendance and admission in regular college, now YouTube University was born. There's always two types of people whenever there's a tragic situation or something that is happening. Okay, here is some opportunities for you to not be on the butt end of the stick, or for you to have to be in a reactive state of mind, when instead you can be proactive, where you just chill. Whatever y'all got coming down the pipeline, I'm just chilling because I built something while y'all was planning strategically on putting it together. And again, I want to show y'all Bill Gates just came out on The View. You can look it up before I share it, but he just came out on The View and said there will be another pandemic within the 4 years. They have already planned this. They said it was going to be a pandemic when Trump first ran, and it happened. Okay, this is the same Bill Gates who go into gain of function research, who has put lots of money behind Dr. Fauci. It's a lot going on, and I don't want to get too deep into what's going on, but it is crazy. I want us to be tunnel vision focused. Build, build, build while you can. Build, build, build while you can. Do not take your eyes off a building. Do not be caught up right now. Do not be distracted right now. If you got to work, so be it. But you need to have a plan B and a plan C. Y'all going to thank me later on. Do you hear me? You're going to thank me. You're going to thank God first and foremost for giving us divine insight and wisdom for what is to come, and giving us the opportunity to prepare ourselves accordingly. But you cannot sleep and you cannot slumber. You have to build, build, build while you can. And while God has given us time, we have to. Because what is coming, we are not prepared for. You can't say that enough. You can say it till you blue in the face. What is coming, we are not prepared for, brothers and sisters. And one thing that I do know for sure, and two things is for certain: the God that I serve and the God that we all grew up knowing in some form or fashion. Can't help if you walked away from him, you stopped believing in him, because life, it don't matter. We all know. And there's always one in our family that was rock solid on the solid rock. There is no denying that biblical prophecy is literally coming to pass right before our eyes. That's not even a debate. But one thing that I do know, and I want to say this to y'all wholeheartedly, everybody under the sound of my voice, I don't care, and this ain't no disrespect when I say it. I'm just very bold enough to say it. You got free right and free will to serve whoever you want to serve. I'm going to always be respectful of that. And will never disrespect your belief, because we all been given free will. Okay? So you ain't gonna catch me putting down, but it don't matter who you serve, respectfully. We're gonna give an account to the gods, to the God of the gods you serve. Because he's still God over all. He is the Almighty God, excuse me. Okay? Satan, the Lord, still rebukes you. I'm not playing with you. He's still God over all gods, and he does not want his people to perish. If I don't know anything else, his love for us is undeniable and it is indescribable. There are no words for it. Me as a human being, I would have been and gave up on people as God. And I'm glad I'm not. I'm glad that human beings are not God. I'm glad that he is loving. I'm glad that he is merciful, and he is still giving us time. He is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. If he told his people back then to prepare for what is coming, he's still telling us the same dang on thing today. Ain't nothing changed. Jesus did not come to do away with that. He came to fulfill what was written about of him, but he did not come to do away with God's word and how he is. If he told his people then to prepare and gave them fair warning, he'd given us fair warning. And the signs are evident. Donald Trump himself, the leader of this free country, has declared out of his own mouth, there is going to be a recession that we are not prepared for. And if y'all can go look up the story, I want to say this baby was 9 years old. And he fell ill, did not know what was wrong with him. It's all over the news. You'll find it. They don't know what was wrong with him, but let me make sure I'm giving y'all the right information that he was 9. This has been 12 years old. Thank you. He was 12 years old. 12-year-old boy from like maybe the UK or somewhere fell ill and ended up being in a coma for like 9 days. His mama then was praying for him. The doctors was fighting for his life. He's in a coma, but he comes out of this coma with like 9 different things that was revealed to him that would happen on planet Earth. And no, this ain't no, oh, I had a God experience. He was just shown things about what would happen in the future with AI, with that earthquake happening in Japan, and some other things. But he gave a specific date. He said, in America is going to wake up and everything that we know will be different. Everything that we know, how we did business, how we do things, it will be changed in the blink of an eye, in a day. And when he said that, it took me back to a dream I had maybe, I say, a year and a half to 2 years ago. And I've shared this on this live real quick. I'm walking to a normal business as usual. Okay? It's a regular schmegular day. I'm walking, then all of a sudden, this blue blanket, it was like it was just thrown to the earth or something with like violent force. This blue blanket like covered me. There was nobody else in this blanket. I don't know if there were other blankets that blanketed other people. The buildings looked like New York type of buildings. But I remember seeing the time 11:11. It was like it was 11:11 a.m. because it was still daylight when I was walking. But I saw 11:11, and everything that I, you know, was accustomed to doing was now totally different in a blink of an eye. I went and looked up events that happened on 11/11, like the bombing of Pearl Harbor. I went and looked spiritually. What does the numerology, what is biblically speaking, the number 11 represents? Judgment, chaos. So when I heard that, it reminded me of that dream. And that is one reason, not just basing what I'm saying off of his dream. His dream is nothing more than a confirmation for me. And I'm just sharing it with y'all. Not his dream, but his experience. He spent 9 days in the hospital, or amount of days in a coma, and was given different events that would happen. And some of them have already came to pass since this happened to this young boy. But it just reminded me of the dream, how everything was normal. And then, like that, it was so different. Like my kids wasn't even around me. Everything about the scenario, about, I'm looking around, and everything that I needed was like inside of this blue tarp. I didn't have no interaction with other people. There were no other people in there. It just happened in the blink of an eye. And I share that because there has been an urgency in my spirit. There are millions of people, okay, that are so not prepared. If anything catastrophic, if anything unsuspecting, if anything emergency wise happened, a whole bunch of people wouldn't be prepared. And that is a tragedy. For real. You have an opportunity. And when I brought up the video and why I didn't share it about the young lady, my cousin said she had 30 minutes to clear out her desk and did not know how she was going to pay her bill. Like, my heart really broke for her. But at the same time, it was like, I can't even have no sympathy for you, sis, because this man been saying that he was going to dismantle the Department of Education. Why did you wait is my question. Why did you wait until it actually happened to put yourself in a predicament to where now you can't help yourself? And then you in an era where there ain't even people hiring for jobs unless you know something in the tech field. Why would you put yourself in that position? Why did you not take the warning serious when he campaigned that he was going to dismantle certain buildings? He campaigned on that before he even won. Why were you not have a plan B, C, D, E, whatever plan? Why didn't you have that already in place? That way, if it did happen, you got something to stand on. Now you have nothing to stand on with 2 kids. How is that fair to them? Why were you so comfortable working for somebody who would let you go at the drop of a dime? Why you can't invest all that time you invested in making their business, their empire bigger, and stop and put that time in you and your legacy, in your family, things that are tangible that your family can actually benefit from, that you can benefit from now while you're living, and they can benefit when you are gone on into glory or wherever your destination will be. Why? There are so many countless other stories that I would love to share with y'all. As a warning, ain't nobody exempt. The only people that are not suffering are the people who have found out how to break into systems, okay? Use those systems to make their money, to make their own systems. That's it. Are y'all tracking? Do you understand your cousin? Do you understand? You may not understand everything, and life is happening so fast and changing. And now we got all this technology, and now we got all these products and services. And this is how people is marketing and advertising and using social media. And that junk is frightening to a lot of people. But you got to pivot, beloved. And if you have an opportunity to not go work one job, but to have multiple streams of income and to have multiple ways to generate revenue, why not do it? Why not learn it? Why not sacrifice? Wealth is a step-by-step process, but these digital products and all of that stuff can lead you there. These are the bricks that you must lay in order to get there. You need money to go buy land. You need money to go buy real estate. You need money to invest in gold. You need money to invest in silver. You need money to get out of debt so that you can go get approved, so that you can go get funded, so that you can start building and developing. You need money. These are steps to build wealth, because wealth is built. It is not gotten. Wealth is only given to you by God. He gives you the power, the ability, the strength, the mindset, the ideas to get wealth. What is wealth? Because it's not money. Even the scriptures say, if you are not faithful in unrighteous mammon, money, who will trust you with true wealth? What is true wealth if it's not money? Having your own ecosystem, leaving something that your generations could benefit from, that is wealth. Recipes to stay healthy, processes, frameworks, how you cracked the code, how did you get in the system? We have a messed up mindset thinking that we're going to get rich and wealthy off of a job. It was never intended for us to do that. Or we just don't care anymore, so we're cool with receiving handouts. Handouts are harmful. I don't even care if you're disabled. There are things you can start with a disability. Speaking, traveling, book writing, conferences, communities, events, so many different things you can start with having no hands and no arms. Can't hear? You can write. Can't sing? Okay, can't talk? You can hear. We are without excuse to not do what God purposed us in this earth to do. We are failing God when we do not be fruitful, because he put a seed in you. Multiply what he put in you. Replenish what he put in you. Subdue what he put in you, and dominate. When we don't have systems and we're not dominating, we are not multiplying, we are not being impactful. Before we could ever be impactful on social media to total strangers, you must be impactful in your home. Mothers, fathers, and then in your community. And then abroad, social media wise. That's the order of the flow. You can't jump from kindergarten to 12th grade. Well, I'm just going to go out and impact everybody in the world. No. Many of us have been called to be the pillars, the pioneers, the path pavers, the dominators, the chain breakers, the curse destroyers in our own family. God raised us up to say, okay, I have heard the cries of the generations. Generational poverty. You can't make no moves in this world without having money. That's why the Bible say money answereth all things. Because it does. You can't have a warm place to live without it. That's why you need it, and you need it in abundance. You cannot have the privileges of having a light switch go off and on. You cannot have the privilege of turning on the air conditioner. You cannot have the privilege of using Wi-Fi and streaming and using Messenger to talk to your family and having a cell phone to communicate with your loved ones and run business, and a car to get to work and take your children to their activities and to the doctor's office. You cannot have food. You can't go into a grocery store and buy food. You cannot have water to bathe with without money. And if you cannot live without it, then you need to have more of it if you don't have enough of it. I'm going to ask y'all one more time again. Y'all understand? Are you tracking? Do you pick up what I'm putting down? I'm almost gone. My time is almost up. Tell you the opportunities that I have. Because I'm not a salesman, okay? I sell money, but I'm not a salesman. I'm a servant. I'm just looking for the people that want to be served, okay? What is the in business tonight 97 investment? I see when I scroll down one. Is it beginner friendly? I've never done this, but I want to. I want to learn, but don't know if I can do it honestly. You can do all things through Christ who give you the strength. And you'd be amazed at what you can do that you don't think you can do unless you were put in a hard situation and you had no other choice but to do it. Then you would see your greatest strength. But everything that I have is beginner friendly. That is my audience. My audience is not people that are in business. My audience is not people who know a lick of nothing about technology. My audience is people that have been accustomed to living this life that we have all been accustomed to, and now life has turned upside down and we got to learn a new way of living. That is my audience. I want to show you how to do something new. I want to show you how to acquire a skill. I want to let y'all in on the excitement. Like, I am so excited to be alive during this time. I am so excited that I have the ability to not be a burden to anybody in my family, to actually come and assist my family and have the means to provide what me and my family need for the other family that I'm standing in the gap for. I love that I have the ability to not have to call in and ask somebody, can I come on an assignment to save somebody's life that's taken almost 30 days? I would have been fired. I love the freedom to be able to say, you know what, today I had an absolutely bad day and I don't feel like dealing with people. I love the freedom that if I need something today, I have the ability to create what I need today, and I don't have to wait 30 days or 2 weeks to get that. I love the freedom of doing what God called me to do, and that's be a creator. I love the freedom to the ability to be able to talk to people and serve people without somebody saying, hey, you can't say that, you can't do that. I love that freedom. There's nothing more freer than being free. I love the ability to travel with my children. And I homeschool them. And I'm their teacher. I love the freedom of not having debt collectors and stuff calling me and bothering me and stressing me out. I love the freedom of knowing that my mortgage is paid back at home and I'm still able to come to a whole nother state without worrying. I want y'all to experience that. That's why I show up. I think it's selfish as hell to not want other people to feel that. I know what it was to be stressed out about money. I know that I was wasting my life worrying about money. That is the worst feeling in the world. To have all these dang on bills and stuff. I want an opportunity to show y'all how to make money and make a lot of it, as much as you want. And it's so beginner friendly. It's so elementary. All you need, it's the least path of resistance. If you got a phone and some Wi-Fi, you can make you some money tonight, today, right now. Real talk. And it's so effortlessly. Man, it don't even require your muscle. This is the very best thing that I can say that God has did for mankind. Okay? For real, for real. Thank you for allowing me to redeem the time that I lost. Thank you for allowing me the ability to be able to help my family. I got a lot of ignorant people in my family. A lot of them. People that sat and watched me invite them. Don't think for a second that I didn't invite all my family to the table first. Some came thinking I was finna do it for them. No, I give you the recipe. Now you gonna go cook. I had to build this thing out the mud. I'm not giving you anything for free. That ain't even respect on my level. Okay? I got the framework. I got it out the mud. I know exactly how to get there, A through Z. And if you need help along the way, I'm here with you. It don't get no better than that. You not finna come and set and ride the wave after I done damn near drowned. Sunken and fallen. Do you know businesses are it is a taboo? It is statistically proven. Businesses that make it past the first year, you might want to wipe the sweat off your forehead. You don't even get paid in a business for the first 5 years because you're too busy building. After 5 years, you just like, man, I'm chilling. It's just rolling in by this point. I mean, it's just overflowing because you built, you automated it. Now you can enjoy the fruit of but most people won't even last 5 years. They say most business fail in the first 3 years. They fail because they ain't got no funding. They burning themselves out. It's not a problem starting a business. It's a problem scaling the business, maintaining the business. Okay? When you don't take a pay, some people have a problem with that. They'd rather go back to working for somebody else. Now, if the way I look at it, if I started it and I didn't got this far, I don't care if I'm a weekend. If I started a diet and I did good for a week, I'm not going backwards. I'm in it. Might as well just go through it. It'll get better as I go through it. But if I didn't already gave up 24 hours, if I didn't already gave up 48 hours, and I've shown myself that I can do this, I'm not going back. Most people do that. I've seen it happen. Start businesses and they didn't plan for the down season. And in the down season, I mean, they was up. Summertime, you be up. Okay, wintertime, just like the leaves die and just like, the flowers die. Okay, things die down. They was up in the summer, splurging everywhere. Didn't put nothing up. Didn't have no investments to sustain them through the winter season. Ants even know in the summertime is grind time because in the winter we can't come out. Our lifespan is only 60 days. We will drown trying to come out with snowstorms and blizzards, tornadoes, hurricanes. Now we got to go deep down underground. So during the summer, we got to work. We got to work. To everything, there's a time in the season. That is scripture. So they didn't plan. So during the downtime, they went back to work. That's why it's imperative to have 7 to 8 streams of income. The more, the merrier. Because during the summer, one might be up and one might be down. But now during the winter, the one that was down is now up, and the one that was up during the summer is now down. You well-rounded. Okay? I'd rather have a round circle than just a peg. I'm just standing on one income. Man, that thing is leaning because it's stressed out. All the bills is on this one income. It can crash at any time, but if I got a hand, one finger, it's hard to balance something on one finger. Straight up. Okay? It's hard to balance something on one finger. Okay? It's destined to fall because it's hard to balance something on one finger. I would have to do it for a long time to try to balance this on my one finger. But now I ain't got no problem balancing on my hand. Not one. Okay? I didn't do nothing but add more fingers. If I try to balance it on my middle finger, still having an issue. Just to let it go, it's going to fall. If you got one leg and all your bills is standing on that one leg, that's a problem. But if I put it in my hand, I don't have no problems. I just added more fingers to the equation. Hello, somebody. Okay? If I wanted to fill this bottle faster and I had one bottle on this side and one on the other side, it'd get full faster. I got multiple bottles pouring into one. Gets me there faster. Hopefully this makes sense and y'all understand. Okay? With that being said, I'm bringing back a couple of things. Talked about student loans the other day. I'm going to say it again today really quickly. There are so many different things happening. It's not even funny. One being that Elon Musk and his team, okay? Don't be out here fussing and complaining and burning down Elon Musk stuff. Take advantage of their mishaps. Even though we're taking advantage of other things, money's being returned back to the country, take advantage of their mishaps too. Y'all breached confidentiality when you allowed regular patriots and citizens to access millions of people information. That is called a data breach. I'll take advantage of that right there and go ahead and get them student loans removed off of my credit. The very thing that you came up with to keep every American alike, black, white, purple, yellow, orange, Mexican, Chinese, African, you name it. The system that you invented to keep us all alike indebted to you was that student loan system. So now that my information has been breached, I want it removed. Number 2, okay? Y'all dismantling the Department of Education. I did not do business with the Small Business Administration. I did not do business with the Secretary of Treasury. I did business with the Department of Education, which is no longer a thing, according to Donald Trump's executive order. Okay? It's all about terminology and knowing your law. People that know their law, police can't get over them. We done seen many instances of videos where they know their law and they're like, look, buddy, we just want to stop and ask. You may not ask me nothing. Okay, that is violating my constitutional right according to such and such and such. Oh, okay, well, sir, you have a good day. And then you see those who halfway know the law, I don't know it at all. They get taken advantage of. Shot, blocked down, stopped, beaten, spit on, you name it, because they didn't know their law. I have a student loan debt elimination letter according to law. And you ain't got to go figure it out. All you got to do is buy it from me, submit it, and watch your stuff be removed according to the law. Not only that, you now added a stream of income to what you got going on, okay? Still work your 9 to 5. Now go tell all your cousins, hey, I got a template, a document, what's happening right now. You can take advantage of it and you can buy it from me for $97. You bought it from me for $97. You sell it to 10 people, you $1,000 in the game, okay? Put a number 1 in the chat if you want that. I also have a charge off. Remove charge offs in 24 hours. I'm not going to let up on this credit. I'm not going to let up on this credit because you need it like you need oxygen. If you get your credit together, you can go buy a house. If you get your debts and your stuff in order, you don't ever need no money. If they wanted to crash the dollar bill tomorrow, you would be A-okay. You would be perfecto, okay? As long as you got that credit, you can go get anything at any time, anywhere. As long as you got that credit, I'm not going to let up off of that because that's another system that has been created to keep us in debt, suppressed, impoverished, oppressed, you name it. We're coming out of these systems. I know there's more than one. I know there's more than 3 people on here with some student loans. And let me tell you something right here, right now. You are worth the investment, period. If you want to know, has it worked for me while I'm just sitting here yapping, all you got to do is go to Facebook, type in Tawana World Student Loans. I got many of receipts, okay? I just say I don't got the time to go through my receipts. You've been following me for quite some time. You didn't see them anyway. But I know many of y'all just having your student loans removed right along with deferred status or whatever notes they have on that removed to increase your score. That is the the lowest investment that you can make in yourself, $97. Stop giving it to fast food restaurants. Stop giving it to subscriptions. Stop giving it to gossip. Stop giving it to everybody else except yourself, okay? And if you're working and you can't invest $97 in yourself, then you are working wrong. If you don't have money to invest in things that's going to make you money, you're working wrong, period. $97 for that. If you got charge-offs, it is illegal what they have done to people. They ain't sent you no 1099 when they charged off your debt. They did not send it to you. I know that for facts. So if they don't remove it since they already been paid and did not send you your document and have this removed in 24 hours, you can sue them in whatever state that you live in. Small claims, and if it's more than small claims will pay you, then you can take it to arbitration. Okay? I have that for $97. That's a 1 or a 2 in the chat if you want access to that. Let me tell you something to be very frank and clear. I will not beg you to get your credit. I'm just offering you solutions that will help you and that will help you rapidly. It will help you fast. If you can have student loans removed from your credit report like that, if you can have charge-offs removed in 24 hours, that puts you in a better position to come out here and go get some of this money that they're giving away at Wells Fargo, Chase Bank, SBA, and all these other places where your credit is keeping you from accessing big bags of money that you need right now to get in a better position, okay? Got that. I got the Wealth Bundle. Now, the Wealth Bundle comes with government contracts. You want to learn how to go get your money back from the government since they stole our money all these years. And our ancestors' money too. It comes with government contracts. It comes with the whole entire blueprint of how to make yourself $100,000 in a month, because that is not hard. And all of this stuff is beginner friendly, okay? It's just you listening to what you need to do and doing what you are told to do. That's it. Not trying to go figure it out. Not trying to go ponder on it. Well, how would I do this? Doing exactly the steps of the framework that has been laid out for you to follow is how you make you $100,000 a month. I done showed y'all receipts of that. Okay, I done showed y'all receipts of $148,000 a month. I done showed y'all receipts of $133,000 a month. I done showed y'all receipts. I don't got time for that today. Okay, the Wealth Bundle is $197. It comes with $100K framework. It comes with lenders that will fund you starting at $50,000 all the way up, just depending on what you're trying to start up. Okay, you want to start up a boys and girls home. If you want to start up a restaurant, you want to start up a car wash, you want to start up a school, you want to start up a transitional home, they will give you the money. Okay, this money has been reserved, especially if you're a woman, a minority, a veteran, or you disadvantaged. This money is sitting readily and available for you, okay? And it ain't determined off of your credit, and it ain't even determined off of your LLC or if you got business documents. It is determined off of the idea and the plan. How is this going to play out, okay? They call CDFI lenders. You have a whole list of the CDFI lenders. You have the framework to 100K in 30 days. You have the credit if you want to go ahead and get things removed and disputed. What the credit process is, you also have access to build your own business credit step by step. You also have done for you digital products that you can start selling, 300 of them to be exact, from planners to journals to calendars to all kind of stuff, from Mother's Day, Easter, all kind of stuff that you can sell that people gonna buy anyways. They might as well buy from you. How to start a virtual call center if you want to do that. How to get in the Airbnb and start leveraging other people's properties. You can go rent a place and then rent it out on Airbnb. Have the monies covered for the monthly rent while you making passive income without ever using your money. How to start a transportation business using Turo. Okay, all of this stuff can be done online from your home with a phone and a Wi-Fi connection. That whole entire wealth bundle should be sold for $15,000. It is fully loaded. If you are going to learn how to make $100,000 in 30 days, with step by step how you do it, with the products that you need to do it already done for you. It's a whole complete business in a box already ready for you to go. Educational wise, you learn it, you do it on your own time at your own convenience, step by step. You implement, you can be making money like that. There are all kinds of ways to make money instantaneously. You do not have to wait a week or 2 weeks for no paycheck. You do not have to wait on 30 days. You can have money tonight. I always share with y'all ways to be in business by tonight. Okay. This box is one of those boxes. It is a wealth box. It is $197. I am bringing that back to this live today for $197. You want that? Put a 3 in the chat. Let me go back over here real quick. I'm an hour and 15 minutes in. I got to go. I'm only going over the things that I have available for you guys. Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? Was that it? Okay, yep. Okay, I have the 1K in one day. It's a digital product I share with you. This also comes with some digital products already done for you, but I'm going to share with you how to make you $1,000 in a day. It is not hard. 10 people give you $100, it's $1,000. Okay, 20 people giving you $50, it's $1,000. Okay, so I give you the exact products and the exact framework and the exact marketing strategy, how to do it without spending money on ads, without having no friends and no followers, without showing your face. How you can make you $1,000 in one day on rinse, wash, and repeat. And there is a strategy. Okay, there is a strategy. I have that for $97. You can put a 4 in the chat if you want that. Okay. Um, I'm trying to see what all I'm gonna go over on the list because I'm not going over everything. I just mentioned the wealth bundle business in a box. Okay, I have the 200K funding play. Okay, it's just by itself. If your credit is looking good and you just need to find out where can I get some extra money, can I get some funding? There's a $200,000 funding play. I show you how to go here on Monday and get you 50,000 here on Tuesday and get you 50,000. How to go over here to this bank, exactly what to say, how to say it, what representative department to ask for to get this, how to do a reconsideration. If they said anything other than yes, it's not really what you know, it's who you know, but the two mixed together is a powerful combination. Okay? The two mixed together, what you know and who you know, mixed together, combined, is a powerful heck of a combination that'll take you places you did not even realize. Okay? Get on the phone with the person, you got the script to say. Now you got the ran to play, and then they say, okay, well, this is what we can give you. And then you say, well, I need a little bit more than that 50,000 you just offered me. How you can run another play, okay? And say, well, according to this, I know that you guys do these things right here. So I want to submit that for an increase. I'm actually trying to get 75,000, okay? So it's a whole entire play. $200,000 in funding. Anything that I'm offering to you today can be resold. Hear me? It can be resold. You have the privilege and the opportunity and the rights to resell it to whoever you like for whatever price that you like. Whatever you buy from me can be resold. I don't have no stipulations. I will tell you when you cannot, okay? But I will actually allow anything that I am advertising to you to be resold. just in case you wanted to know. So I have the 1K in 1 day digital products. It includes already made for you digital products and the 1K in 1 day playbook, framework, blueprint, whatever you want to call it. It has that all together for $97. Now, moving on into a couple of other things that I want to mention here on this live. Like I said, I will come back. These are all low ticket, which you can actually take advantage of for for the Lolo, for a Olive Garden meal, or for a Red Lobster night out. Okay, something like that, for a subscription that you're not even using. That you can use for a missed nail appointment so that you can actually start generating money to get your nails done on demand whenever you want to. However, okay, something as low as what I'm giving you opportunities to, $97. Okay. I also have how to become a money broker. It's a whole entire ebook. It's something that you go and do by yourself on your own. Take the information and apply it. You want to learn how to become your own bank. I do have the ebook play for that. That is $97. These are all low ticket opportunities that I'm offering to you. Okay. I will make this public announcement. If you are watching me and you see this live, all you got to do if you want to get in on any opportunity is either look at the information going down across the screen. You can make your payment there. You will receive your access via email. So please include your email. Should you use any of the platforms that are listed, include your email so you can receive your assets. Or you can go into the description of this video and all of the information is there as well, including the payment information that you see scrolling across the bottom of the screen. For those over here on Instagram, you would have to DM me so that I can send you the information, because you can't see the information going across the screen. If I flip my camera around, it's going to be opposite, which makes it hard for you to read the information. So I can send it to you in the DM, okay? Just wanted to make that real clear, because some people be like, well, I'm commenting, and if you see this being ran, it is available. If you see this being ran, it is available. When I am not running it or it is deleted, it is no longer available. Okay. If you happen to send me anything after something is not available, you will be receiving a refund. Okay. That's the only refunds that I do. But if you want to take advantage of any of the opportunities that I am giving to you guys for a player's price, even after I said I wasn't, and you don't want to end up like my cousin who had 30 minutes to remove her stuff from the workplace and don't know what she gonna do, her or her two children, and y'all clearly see all of this foolishness going on around you, and just because it ain't knocked at your door yet don't mean that it ain't coming and it ain't on its way. Okay. Ain't nobody's job bulletproof. Nobody's. And they had already told all of us that these programs, including these government handouts, Social Security, welfare, AFDC, Section 8, HUD, low-income housing, free reduced meals, all of these things are on the chopping block. Then you might as well do something to get yourself prepared, okay? And here's multiple ways you can at least say, I have a plan B. If you chose not to do nothing with it today, if that time came, they would not cripple you and they would not collapse your house that is built on that one leg, that one stream of income. You need more than 7 streams of income in real life. What was that noise? Something sounded like it was losing its battery, so I needed to look and make sure it wasn't my laptop. So those are all the things you can get for $97. The wealth bundle is $197. It's already done for you. It's already put together. You ain't got to worry about nobody putting nothing together. It's already done for you. You don't got to worry about, well, I don't know how to create it. I don't know how to do. Even how to sell it is inside of that bundle. Okay? Even how to sell it. Now, I do have an opportunity for 3 or 4 of y'all. Okay. If you guys want to take your marketing to another level, you a business owner, you already have digital products. I just don't know how to sell them and make a big bag. I don't have a big audience. I mean, people on my page don't support me. I will give you access to the number one hottest, I mean, there is no other, okay, marketing mastery there is. When I tell you that people who have struggled selling digital products, advertising a business, marketing a business, how to get brand deals, how to make a very big bag, how to reach people like me and millions of others. This is the best marketing, I mean, mastery program there is. Okay. That they're not even letting people buy it for what they were buying it for. It is straight up affiliate marketing now. You can't even get in on it. It is so big. It is so many people in there killing it, making big bags on marketing because marketing is everything. What Donald Trump does is marketing. That's why anything he attaches name to, he's going to do millions, if not billions, on it. He put up a meme that had already generated $12 million off of a meme. FAFO. F around and find out. With him with a cowboy hat on. I can show you real statistics. Heck of marketing is how he won the presidency. Both times. He didn't spend a lot of money on commercial and radio advertisement. No, marketing, social media. I will allow you guys to not have to get in with paying $4.97, and it's only 3 people that want to take their business to another level. They are already entrepreneurs. They already have digital products. They just need to know how to market them, and they need to know how to use faceless. A lot of the stuff is already done for you. You in a group full of other people that are winning. They are doing no lesser than $50,000 months. Real talk. $20,000 days. I will allow 3 people to get in for $250. I will put up the other $250. Every time I come by here, it is a different type of giveaway. It's my way to give back, right? Because the more I give, the more he gives. So I'm not going to give you this for free because I can't. It is absolutely a MRR that is no longer a MRR, master reseller right. But I'm gonna give 3 people access for $250. I will put up the $247 and allow you to get in on what these other folks are out here doing in a major way. And I promise you, you will not lose not a single dollar. You will gain more than $250 in your week. First week. I will allow 3 people to get in on that. Okay. $250 for that. And it's only for 3 people. I will put the 247 because it cannot be sold for lesser than 497. So that is my way of giving back. I will give to 3 people. Say that again clearly, loudly. First come, first serve basis. Last but never least, I have 2 more things that I want to give to y'all in 2 minutes. The credit sweep. If you are looking to sweep your credit clean, I'm going to leave that one alone. I might talk about that later on. I'll talk about being the business, become your own bank. It is a workshop that I am going to host on the 5th of April. The 5th of April, because I have this craft your way to currency coming up at the end of this week, finally. Um, if the good almighty Lord say the same thing, but it's looking very positively-ish. Even if I have to come and reserve some hotel space for the 4 days, did not want to do that. We are going to get this thing kicked off so y'all can have y'all some revenue by Easter and all these other holidays is getting ready to run up, okay? So I have becoming your own bank. It is $97. I'm only taking 12 people in there. I'm going to give y'all access to how to help people get money, okay? It's not going to be a mentorship. It's going to be a master class where I'm going to give you the resources and I'm going to give you the information and I'm going to give you the framework. And then you're going to go ahead and implement and execute on that. Okay. You are going to be without excuse because you're going to have the research and the tools and whatever is necessary for you to be very successful. However, you're going to have to pick up the phone and talk to the finance manager at the bank to make that relationship. Okay. You're going to have to go ahead and, start, you put your information in to go ahead and get your system together so that you can go ahead and get clients in the system and get them funded and different things of that sort. So becoming your own bank, I'm going to share with you guys multiple ways for you guys to become your own bank with those systems implemented. Okay. $97. I'm only allowing 12 people to be a part of that master class. When I say that if you have the ability to get in on the workshops, to get in on them. This was one that God said, I want you to at least grab a government of people, 12 people, to show them how to run up a big bag, right? We don't have time to be working for wages. We need to be going to go confiscate bags. Helping people get money. And that's an everyday problem that you can solve every day, 365 days a year. It is really one of the most easiest, lucrative ways to literally um, make you some money fast, rapid revenue. Like I said, say no get rich quick scheme. These are steps and bricks that you are going to lead to build wealth. You get the money and you go buy dirt. You get the money, you go buy real estate. You get the money, you go buy gold. You have wealth. According to the biblical standard and according to the physical standard, you have real assets. That's why it's called real estate. Even paintings, precious metals are called real estate because it's real and it's a state, it's an asset. It's not a fiat or fiat currency, it is assets. Okay. So I have that workshop that will take place on, or that masterclass that will take place on April the 5th. And that is going to be um, replay access available so that you can have the time to go ahead and implement it, do it, etc. I'm gonna literally show you how to become your own bank with several ways to do it and how to set it up. And here's how to implement it. Here's how to automate it. If you want to set it and forget it, I'm going to show you that step by step. Okay, $97. And last but never least, I'm not going to do the credit sweep. I didn't did that. Y'all didn't want it. We're done with that. Unless God says otherwise. I will come back later on and mention some other opportunities. If you guys want to take advantage of any of those things, let me know in the chat. Okay. It's quite a bit of y'all across both platforms. Let me know in the chat if you guys, what opportunity you want to take advantage of. If you're going to take advantage of an opportunity, I know it ain't this many people and ain't nobody going to take no advantage of no opportunity. Okay. So I want to know what opportunities you want to take advantage of. Do you have any questions before I go? Because I literally have 2 minutes to be off of here. Actually, I have 1 minute and a half to be off of here. If you're going to take advantage of the opportunities, take advantage of them. Okay. Whenever I end these lives, then you have to pay regular price. It's just how it is. I come by here to do deals and give discounts and do my due diligence as a servant to serve whoever I may, whoever I am assigned to serve for the day. If that is neither of you, fine, we're good. We can go ahead and part ways. You go back to doing what you were doing. I go back to doing what I need to do. Okay, I told you I was not going to hold you guys here long. But if you do have any questions, I don't mind. While I have 50 seconds, I don't mind answering them. Okay, because I have to log off in just a moment. Any questions over here on Instagram? If there's not, then I'm going to go ahead and log off over here. And if I can come back here later on, I will tell you guys when I come back here later on. That way you just don't be showing up. Okay. I'm not looking for people to like. I'm not looking for people to follow. I'm not even looking for people to friend. The live that I will do later on, it will all only be for builders. Okay. If you're not trying to build, you're not in a position to build, you need some money. Here's ways to get money. If you need money and you don't have money, here's ways to get money. Here's ways to get more money. Okay. What I'm coming back by here for later on. If this is not, you know, sufficient for your fund, for your finances, for your money, for your pocketbook right now, then that later on won't be either. Okay, and I don't want to hold you, waste your time. All right, no questions over here on Instagram. I'm gonna go ahead and end that. No questions over here. I'm assuming. I know it is delayed, so I'm going to wait 30 seconds. But after that, I don't know what to tell y'all. Okay, came by here to do my due diligence, and that was to serve. And like I said, if I get time to come back later on, I'm planning on coming back later on because I have some opportunities um, with some land and some investment opportunities that I want to share. But again, if your change is strange and your money is funny and you can't afford the $97 products, then I'm for sure later on you won't be able to afford those at this point in time. You can always come back when you are in a better predicament. These are ways for you to get more money. Okay. And it's not only ways for you to get more money, but it's ways for you to get your financial affairs together, fix your own finances, help other people get finances as well. Okay. That being said, I will see y'all next time.